Hey Leos, it's Faith. This is going to be you guys' reading for the month of July 2019. Okay, so this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So of course, if that resonates with you, then this shit gonna be for you. Okay, if it don't resonate with you, then it's just not your day. Okay, yeah. Thank you to the ones who were up with me late this morning in regards to what was going on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate you guys for sticking in there with me. If you weren't up, then guess what? Out of sight, out of mind. It happened. It's in the past, and we're moving on. Okay. So if you need to get a personal reading, of course, just click the description box below. Weekly horoscopes are being posted on Mondays now. Your one from last week has already been posted. So if you didn't look at it, then you might want to head over and look at that before I post a new one on Monday. Okay, we're using two decks. We're using the Witch's Tarot, and we're using my Feng Shui Tarot deck. So, Leos, let's see what we got. Leo, July. Oh, shoot. Okay, changes, opportunities. This also can represent being in tune with your destiny, okay? This is quick changes. So some of you Leos, there possibly may be a quick change, or some of you Leos, you could possibly end up meeting somebody unexpectedly. It could be another fixed sign like yourself, a Taurus, Scorpio, or an Aquarius, or it could be another Leo. But the Wheel of Fortune is good. That also represents, like I said, being on the right path. So if some of you Leos are possibly feeling like that, you know what, this isn't the right path, this isn't the right thing, that's not true. Leo, July 2019. Leo, July 2019. Yeah, some of you Leos, somebody may have some regret over like leaving you behind or like breaking up with you, or vice versa. You could have some regret over this person. It could be a Scorpio. All right, let's see. Page of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Some of you Leos will be feeling alone this month, or an earth sign person will be making you feel alone, and you are ready to walk away. But the Eight of Cups is all about it being temporary. This could be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where some of you Leos could possibly be walking away from this situation, and it's like you're waiting for things to get better. Or if you Leos have not walked away from this situation yet, again, you are waiting on things to get better between you and this person. Okay, they could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but we also have Sagittarius and Aries and Pisces. Okay. But yes, the Page of Swords can be a very talented individual. Like this could be something that you've learned from an early age. So some of you Leos could possibly be starting back up a hobby again this month. It could be a hobby that maybe you did whenever you were a child. And this could possibly help curb down your loneliness, because some of you Leos, like I said, you'll be feeling lonely this month. And I feel like it's due to whoever this person is that you're dealing with. And I feel like that's because this person has become shut down, cold, distant. It's like maybe they're coming off as mean. They may not want to talk to you, or it's almost just like this could also be somebody who, whenever you're trying to talk to them, they may be trying to cut you off, or vice versa. You may be cutting them off. Okay. The Temperance card is all about, compromise, patience. Okay. Forgiving the past. So I feel like somebody's being shut down because they don't know how to let go of the past, and it's affecting your relationship. We have the Two of Wands. So a Two of Wands represents an intuitive decision. It represents being original. It also can represent job searching, but this also represents knowing what you want. So some of you Leos, you could definitely be in this mindset was kind of just like, you know what? I want this person, but what I'm not about to sit up here and do is continuously feel like that I'm in this relationship by myself. So you could possibly want a break. Okay. But also some of you Leos, I feel like you want to follow your dreams, whatever that dream could be. Again, it could be a skill or something that you used to do whenever you were a child, and you could possibly still do it, and it's coming back around. That could possibly be the opportunity that's coming up. Okay. The Eight of Cups is all about leaving something in the past that doesn't make you happy, and that's what I feel like it is. That's why I don't feel like you necessarily want to walk away from this situation altogether, but I feel like this is you taking a back seat and waiting for things to get better whenever it comes to you and this person. The Three of Wands is also that energy where it can represent, I say this is almost like the boomerang. Okay, now this can sometimes represent rebound situations, but also the Three of Wands can represent, you know what? It's almost like letting go of something, not because you want to, but because you love them enough to free them from this situation. And that could also be where some of you Leos will be coming from this month as well. It's like, look, I can tell you're not happy. Or this is just you finally being honest with yourself that, you know what? I know we're not happy. We possibly have not been happy for some time. So maybe it's just best if we take a step apart from one another, maybe work on ourselves or learn how to forgive. I feel like you guys' biggest issue, you don't know how to forgive. Okay? You hang on to it. It makes you close down. It makes you cold. It makes you possibly feel lonely, or you are the one who's cold, distant, mean, and they're the one who feels lonely. So you see how it's like somebody is being the bigger person and being like, you know what? I know we're not happy. So what are we going to do about this? And the solution could be, well, let's take a break. Let's separate. Let's go our own separate ways. But even though you will be okay with this, I feel like it's because you know somewhere deep down inside of you, you feel like, you know what? This situation can be fixed. But whoever this person is, they need to learn how to get out of their damn feelings and see the bigger picture. Because the Three of Wands is also about seeing the bigger picture, and that's the issue. Somebody is thinking so small. All somebody can think about is what happened in the past. They're not looking at the bigger picture when it comes to the situation. Okay, especially if you have kids with this person. But also with this Three of Wands, some of you Leos, this can also represent meeting your soulmate online, but this also can represent expanding your living situation. Okay, so some of you Leos, it could be one of those things where, you know what, if you're not planning to break up, you guys could possibly be looking for a new house. Okay? But also, the Three of Wands right there ahead, this Three of Wands right there can also represent planning ahead. So another thing too, which could be making somebody feel lonely, is that somebody is focusing so much on the future. They're trying to plan ahead. But that's the thing. Somebody's also not learning how to live in the present. You're so focused on the future that you're forgetting that you also have to nurture your relationship in the present, you know? Because what happens if you're so focused on the future and then what you want in the future don't come true? Now look, what are we doing? Okay? But another thing too, some of you Leos, okay? If you're single, you could be ready to start dating this month. You know, you feel like you've healed, or you will start dating by the 3rd week of July. All right, let's see what we got on this one. Yeah, the Hierophant, see? Queen of Pentacles, this can represent marriage. Okay, so some of you Leos, a third party came in between this situation. And like I said, third party could be work. Okay. Another thing too, some of you Leos, this other person doesn't know if they want to be married. Because I feel with this Four of Wands, with this Seven of Cups, I feel like that represents confusion. All right. Daydreaming, escaping reality. All right. But also some of you Leos could possibly feel like that this person wants to be married so bad, but they're not paying attention to the reality that maybe both of you guys are not ready for that step. Or if you already got married, maybe you really weren't ready for that step. So it's almost just like, I'm just going off of a wing and a prayer. You know, we have the Hierophant and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So like I said, somebody could be married. Now, some of you Leos, if you are ready to date, you need to be careful because you could possibly end up running into a third party situation where somebody is married. So be very careful about that. Okay. Especially if you're always waiting on this person to text you back, or you're always waiting on, or this person is like being very short with you. Red flags should start to go off in your mind. Okay. But again, new opportunity is coming through. It will be a reason for you to celebrate. And like I said, it could be like a new position, a new company, maybe possibly being considered for management. We have the 10 of Cups, which can also represent the sign of Pisces. But again, this is like being in the best relationship that you've ever experienced. But the issue is, of course, third parties kept coming in the middle of this relationship, you know? The Hierophant is that energy where it represents somebody needs to go off and find out who they really are, what they really want. Because the issue is somebody is living in a fantasy world, okay? Somebody is either you or it's the other person living in a fantasy world and forgetting about reality. And the Hierophant is almost like the energy where it represents somebody going on a spiritual journey or possibly a spiritual awakening, okay? And a lot of times when you do this, you just end up making a big ass circle, because you end up back where you started, because now you gain a new perspective, and now it's like you see things more clearly than you did before. So it's almost, that's why I said I feel like you guys or the other person is letting you go because you need to find out who you are and what you want. And it's not a bad thing, even though it's going to make you sad. Okay. Also, if you find out about a third party, that will definitely make you sad. Okay. I feel like the third party is somebody who's married or they are in a relationship, and that is not good. Okay. But yes, Ace of Wands also represents communication, the birth of a business plan, the birth of an idea, the birth of a project. So some of you Leos could also possibly be birthing a new business, at-home business, because the Queen of Pentacles normally represents like at-home business to me. And I got her twice. Okay. Page of Wands, Lovers, Ace of Swords, Six of Wands. Yeah, victory. Yep, ego, victory, ego. Okay, control issues. But also the World card represents your ego needs to go, Leos. You need to put that pride to the side, especially possibly if somebody may want to communicate with you, possibly about the future. Put your ego, pride to the side and hear them out. Okay, hear what they got to say. But also, even if you guys decide to take a break, hear what the other person has to say. It doesn't need to turn into this big ass debacle. Okay? You can be adults about this and be like, you know what? Hey, we're just at different spaces in our lives. Okay? I'm caring about one thing, you're caring about another thing, and it's not working. You know? Even if it comes to your marriage, communicate. And I feel like some of you Leos, you don't necessarily want to break up the family, but sometimes if it's better for you guys to be apart, where you can get along better, then do that, you know? But we have the Page of Wands, which can represent heading in a new direction. So another thing too, some of you Leos, somebody kind of may be emotionally checked out of this situation because they possibly want to seek new love. See, somebody off to find their ninth cup. Don't mean their ninth cup is going to be what they're looking for, but this is what they want to do right now. They want to seek new love, going in a new direction. And it could be heading towards a Gemini, okay, or a Libra, Aquarius. But the Ace of Swords also represents clarity, truth, closure. All right. So that's why I said, hear the other person out. This is in a sense, this is bringing you closure so that you know where you stand whenever it comes to you and this person. King of Cups, Knight of Swords, King of Wands, the Hermit card. See, past life love. There it is. See, I told you. I feel like you're going to go back. I feel like you're going to go back. Like, it's almost like you're going to have an epiphany. You're going to have a dream, or they're going to have a dream, and then boom, it's like, oh my God. Now somebody wants to rush back in and make things right. So that's okay. It's not the end of the world. You know, this time apart, I feel like we'll wake somebody up with the High Priestess, you know? And I also feel like the issue is once you are not in this person's life, they're going to realize how lost they are without you not being there. And that's going to be the epiphany. Okay. So Leos, this has been your reading. I hope it resonated, and see you later.